CJ, where do you see the biggest difference in the defense this year as compared to last year?
I would say the understanding of our defense, what's being asked in our scheme every single week. Just everybody's collectively been together on the same page. When we all together, defensive line, linebackers, and the secondary, we're very hard to stop.
CJ, I think it was in the offseason where you said to your hometown paper you thought the playoffs were a realistic possibility for the Jets. Maybe it raised some eyebrows at the time, but obviously it's come to fruition. You have a realistic chance. How do you feel about that now, and what do you think your chances are?
I feel the exact same. Obviously, before the season, we didn't know, nobody knew what the team would look like, obviously. But just seeing how everybody comes to work every day, how we've been preparing this season so far, it's going to be this bye week's going to be really big for us to get healthy, get mentally right, get physically right, have a little time to step away, see family. But, when we come back, we got 8 very, very good games to play, and, it can make or break our season, obviously. So, we're going to really see where we really stand and where we are mentally as a team collectively when we come back from the bye.
CJ, what gave you the confidence then to say that? Because obviously now people have seen the product on the field, but you said it well before a game was played.
Really, that was just byproduct of, everyone being together during OTAs, mini camp, all just the whole offseason program. So that was really just speaking from the heart and honestly just believing, what we can accomplish and, setting our goals to a very high standard. It doesn't really matter who believes us outside the building. We believe in each other. We put in a lot of work this offseason, obviously throughout throughout the middle of the season. So we just got to keep doing what we've been doing. Going into the day, man. We've just been really optimistic. We haven't really focused on who's the better team or who's there and what guys at this spot. And when we step on the field, we know once we get on the field, we can run with anybody if we're doing our job, and that's what we've been proving.
CJ, as you've seen this thing build since last year when Robert got here, what kind of a difference maker has he been, and what sets him apart as somebody who could be a special head coach?
I really say, man, just the way he's able to keep everybody together, keep everybody on the same page, players and coaches. And even himself, he really comes to work every day with the mindset to get better. You talk about the 60%, you talk about the all gas, no break, all those type of things that he says. That's the way he lives. That's what he preaches every day. And we're buying into it and we believe it. So I think just the ability just to keep us all focused, make sure that we're playing for each other, doing the right things, trying to get better every day as a player, as a human, all that adds up on the football field.
This is a very close team, from those of us who are around you guys. You can just feel it when you talk to you guys in the locker room. When we talk to you guys in the locker room, how much does the head coach and his style breed that to some degree? Because I'm sure you've been on some teams that have not been this close.
This is a very, very close team. It definitely started this offseason, and especially once, all the new additions got in, once the rookies got in, all that stuff. But even though Coach Sala does a great job of, preaching that to us, being a family, being one, it's easy just to say, we have to show it and we have to do it every day. And and how that looks is, how we work out, how we practice, how we take care of our bodies, how we treat each other inside the building, outside the building, having our meetings, having our player-only meetings, all those little things. So I think that's just a byproduct of, obviously, of our coach, that's buying into, everything that he's accomplished, what he's done, but also the coaches and players buying into each other and really believing that, once we step on the field or wherever we are, if we put our best foot forward, doing our job so the next man can do his, man, we can do some really good things.
Thanks.
CJ, I know you guys focus week to week, but how much, when you're together as a group or whatever, talk about, that what we've been talking about, that this team can be a playoff team?
I feel like it just comes up naturally. We don't really, I guess, talk about it as much, but I would say our main thing is, after a game or whatever it is, whoever we're playing, whether it's before or after the game, we know that we can play with anybody, just based off our confidence, based off our skill level, and really based off the ability to understand the game. I feel like we're a young group, but we're very wise in a lot of areas, and it makes up for a lot of things. A lot of players have seen a lot of ball on this team and on this defense, and I think that shows a lot when we're on the field. Being able to handle situations, being able to get off the field on sudden changes, things like that. Special teams do a great job in field position and making big plays. So all around, we got pieces to the puzzle, and every piece is in the right spot. So when we can do that week in and week out, man, we give ourselves a fighting chance every day.
We'll take a few more for CJ.
As a well-respected veteran on this football team, what's your advice to some of the younger guys as you go into this bye week? We just saw a guy across town have an unfortunate accident that's going to cost him some time once the Giants come off of their bye. What's your advice to some of the young guys as far as having fun, but being, careful?
Well, just understanding that even though it's a bye, it's not a bye. So the main thing is, obviously take care of your body. Staying active, all the things that you've been preached to, since you've been playing football when we have time off. It's always unfortunate when you hear things like that. I'm not sure what happens, but hopefully, everything's okay with whoever it is. But I've lost teammates, I lost friends, during these type of off periods. I mean, it can come at you fast. Before you know it, you're just enjoying life at one moment, and the next thing, you never know what can happen. So the advice is always just be in a safe place. Go home, get off your feet, this and that, but don't get away from ball too far. So because we have a goal, we have a mission to accomplish, and we've done a lot of good things to this point. So we don't want to obviously go backwards when we start back next week.
When did you realize? When did you realize that this defense was pretty good? I mean, when you hear that the Jets have one of the best defenses in the NFL, that has to feel good. When did you realize that?
We saw signs of it during training camp, OTAs, and I would really say just because everybody kind of really understood the defense a lot more. Just being in the system a full year, working out the kinks, understanding the personnel, how ways we're going to get attacked. I think that's really set our defense up really from last year to this year. It was just a work in progress for the most part last year. It felt like the way we playing now, but man, just everybody really just going out there having fun, running and hitting, all the things that we say that we put on the board, man. Everybody was just doing it every single play and having fun and playing for each other. So I would say that's the biggest difference from our defense, just understanding our scheme and really understanding what teams are trying to do to us.